Hello friends, I welcome you in lecture number 19 on logic. In this lecture also we will discuss one more example on finding principal disjunctive normal form of a given formula. In lecture number 18 we have obtained principal disjunctive normal form of a given statement formula in which we had taken two variables denoted by P and Q, and we have written that formula as a sum of mean terms only to obtain principal disjunctive normal form. But suppose we have three statement variables p, q and r in a given formula, then we will have 2 to the power 3, that is 8 mean terms. There are 8 mean terms possible in case of three statement variables. For example, we can write down those three possible mean terms as: first we can write down mean terms for p and q, that is p and q, p and negation q, negation p and q, and negation p and negation q. If we have two variables, then we have these four possible mean terms. Now if we have one more variable, then we have 8 possibilities. We can write AND R with P and Q, and negation R with P and Q, P and Q and negation R. Similarly here I write AND R and P and negation Q and negation R. Similarly negation P and Q and R and negation P and Q and negation R. Here also negation P and negation Q and R and negation P and negation Q and negation R. So for three variables we have 8 mean terms, and principal disjunctive normal form for a formula having three statement variables will be disjunction of these mean terms, disjunction of some mean terms out of these 8 mean terms, or we may have all the mean terms in the disjunction, but disjunction of mean terms only is our principal disjunctive normal form. So we are going to obtain the disjunctive normal form, that is principal disjunctive normal form of this formula. So for that we have to first find out the truth table for this formula. Now we have three variables p, q and r, so there will be 3 columns for p, q and r. Then we have to write down the column for negation p, similarly column for p and q, q and r, and negation p and q, and column for the whole formula. So that I have prepared here in the table. I have written all possible columns for the truth table of given formula. And in the case of three variables also we have discussed how to write down truth table, and first we have to write down the possible combinations for truth values of p, q and r. And if you recall, in earlier lectures we have written possible combinations in this way: 4 times true and 4 times false for variable p. Then for variable q we have written true, true, false, false, and same pattern repeats: true, true, false, false. For variable q we have alternately true and false, true and false, true and false, true and false. Here we have to write p and q, and we know that if we have AND operator, then this is true if both are true, otherwise it is false. So for first case both are true, therefore p and q is true. Here also both are true, therefore p and q is true. Here q is false, therefore this is false. Here also q is false, therefore p and q is false. And in all remaining cases p is false, therefore P and Q becomes false. Here we have to write negation P and R. So I have to write down the column for negation P also, that I have not written. So here I can write for negation P. So negation P is having truth values opposite to truth values of P. Here we have 4 times true, therefore here we will have 4 times false. Here P is false, so here negation P is true. And now we can write down negation P and R. And because we have AND operator, so negation P and R is true if both are true, otherwise it is false. Now in first 4 cases, negation P is false, therefore we have false truth value for first 4 rows. Here we can see negation P and negation P and R both are true, therefore this is true. Here R is false, therefore this is false. Here again both are true, therefore this is true. And here both are false, not both are false. Q is false and this is true, so this is false. Again we can check, we have to be careful, we should not make any mistake. We are writing negation P and R, so I have to concentrate on these 2 columns. For first 4 cases, negation P is false, therefore negation P and R is false. Then here both are true, therefore this is true. Here R is false, therefore this is false. Here both are true, therefore this is true. And here R is false, therefore this is false. So fine, this is correct. Now similarly we have to write Q and R. So for first possibility, both are true, therefore this is true. Here R is false, therefore this is false. Here Q is false for these 2 rows, therefore Q and R is false. Here both are true, therefore Q and R is true. Here R is false, therefore Q and R is false. And here Q is false 2 times, therefore this is false. Now I have to write down disjunction of P and Q, negation P and R, and Q and R. And we know that because we have disjunction operator, so this is going to be false if all are false. That is, if all these 3 are having truth value false, then only this is false. In other words, this is true if at least one of these 3 has truth value true. So here we can see P and Q is true, therefore this is true. Here P and Q is true, therefore this is true. Here all are having truth value false, therefore this is false. Same thing here, all 3 are having false value F, truth value F, therefore this is false. Here this one is true, therefore we have true. Again here all are having truth value false, therefore this is false. Here we have truth value T, therefore this is true. And here all are having false truth value, therefore this is false. Now we have to concentrate on those truth values which are true for this formula. So for that we have this one and this one. We have 4 rows in which truth value is T, and corresponding to this truth value T, we have to write down the mean term. So for first possibility, we have P, Q and R both are true, therefore we will write P and Q and R, which is also true because all are true in first possibility. For second case, P and Q are true but R is false. So we have to write negation R in the mean term. Here I will write P and Q and negation R, because R is false, therefore negation R is true, and we have P and Q are true. So this becomes true if we write negation R. Now don't worry about these two. We are interested in truth value which is true. Now corresponding to this we can concentrate here. Here you can see P is false, Q and R are true. Therefore here we will write negation P and Q and R. And corresponding to this, here P and Q are false and R is true. Therefore we will write negation P because P is false, negation Q because Q is false, and R because R is true. So all we have to remember is we have to first write down the truth table for a given formula. Then we have to concentrate on the column corresponding to given formula, and in that column we have to concentrate on those rows in which this formula has truth value T. And then we have to write down truth values of P, Q and R in such a way that this mean term becomes true. So if all are true, then we will write P and Q and R, and we will write negation of variable which is false. Here P and Q are true, therefore we have written P and Q as it is. R is false, so we will write negation R. Similarly here P is false, therefore I have written negation P. Q and R are true, therefore I have written Q and R as it is. And in this case P and Q both are false, therefore I have written negation P and negation Q, and R is true, therefore I have written R as it is. Now once we write down mean terms, then the principal disjunctive normal form will be disjunction of these mean terms. Here mean terms are P and Q and R. So here I will write or in between, then P and Q and negation R. I have written these two. After that this one, negation P and Q and R, or last one is negation P and negation Q and R. And we can see this is disjunction of mean terms only, which we just written here. All those mean terms are out of these 8 mean terms. So we have written disjunction of mean terms only, therefore this is the required principal disjunctive normal form of given formula. So whenever you have 3 statement variables, you will have 8 possible mean terms, and your principal disjunctive normal form will be disjunction of mean terms out of these 8 mean terms. And for that you first construct the truth table for a given formula, then write down the mean terms corresponding to truth value which is true. So the number of mean terms will be equal to the number of true truth values in a given formula. So this is one way of writing the principal disjunctive normal form using truth table. Sometimes this method becomes tedious if we have very complicated formula, so there might be chances of mistakes. So we have another method also for writing the principal disjunctive normal form that we will discuss in next lecture. Thanks for watching.